Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with the remaining topic of our structure of atom. In the previous class, we did with the numericals and we did for the Bohr postulates and all. Today, in the previous class we left over the discussing the dual nature of your particle. Now, today's topic, the first topic is your Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Now this Heisenberg uncertainty principle says that it is impossible to measure simultaneously both things, that is your position and the momentum. आप simultaneously you cannot take out the very accurately the position and the momentum of any particle, microscopic particle. It states that it is not possible to measure simultaneously position and momentum of microscopic particle. Okay, now according to this we get a formula, that is your delta x into delta p equal to greater than h by 4 pi. Okay, now over here your delta x is the uncertainty in position and delta p is your uncertainty in momentum. Now over here we have the two conditions, that is the first condition is if the value of delta x is small. If the value of delta x is going to be small, then we say the position of particle is measured, accurately. Now when the value of delta x is going to be small, then the value of delta b will be very large, and when the value of delta p will be large, then we say that there is the uncertainty in the position in calculation of the, there is a large uncertainty in the calculation of the momentum of a particle. Uncertainty in momentum of the particle. The second condition is vice versa, that is if the value of delta p is small, then we say the momentum of particle measured accurately. Now when the delta p is small, its momentum is being measured accurately, therefore the value for the delta x will be your large. Now when the value for the delta x is large, at that time what will happen? The uncertainty in the calculation of the position will be what? Large. So this is what the uncertainty principle says. Clear? Now after this we have the quantum mechanical model of the atom. Now in that case we need not to go very in a deep study. Only we just keep in your mind that there was one scientist and then he gave an equation over there. That equation is known as the Schrödinger wave equation. Okay, a Schrödinger wave equation came, and this equation says over here delta x square plus y square plus z square is equal plus 8 pi square m divided by h square plus e minus v. This he gave a equation. This equation we say that this is the amplitude. It is denotion for the amplitude of the wave. Amplitude of wave. X, Y, Z, which we have taken, that X, Y, Z are the coordinates. They are the coordinates for the position of the electron. E is the total energy of coordinates of position of electron. This is the total energy of the electron, and V is the potential energy. Of the electron. M is the mass of the electron, and H is the Planck's constant. Okay, this is your Schrödinger wave equation. Now what happened that this is not much of use of a Schrödinger equation. Because of this Schrödinger equation, what happened that the probability of the finding electron in a probable region came, and because of this particular Schrödinger equation, what happened, the mechanics, or you can say the theories which was given by the Bohr, it became what, that no, there is something that we can find out it. Now over here, moving ahead, we have the probability picture. According to the probability picture, what happened that it gave rise to the two definitions, that the definitions of the orbit and orbital. इसका difference जो है, we difference is important for us. ये पूछा जाता है question answers में sometime. It is being asked sometimes over there. Okay, now what happens that when we talk about the orbit we say that it is a well defined circular path. It is a well defined circular path around the nucleus in which the electron is revolving, and your orbital, it represents the region or space around the nucleus in which the probability of finding the electron is more. Then this orbit represents the planar motion, and it represents the three-dimensional motion. It is a definite path of the electron, and it does not specify any definite path of the electron. So you need to just do the difference in your note copies for the orbit and orbital. Now the main topic from which we get the most of the questions, and it is very important, that is your quantum numbers. Now when we are talking about the quantum numbers, so first we should know that what are they. इसका एक बहुत बेसिक एग्जाम्पल आई गिव यू कि व्हेन वी कोई आपसे पूछता है कि आप कहाँ रहते हो एंड द पर्सन डोंट नो यू एंड ही आस्क यू दैट वेयर डू यू लिव, सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एड्रेस वी टेल द पर्सन दैट माय नेम इज दिस, फादर नेम इज दिस, आई लिव इन दिस एड्रेस. हम अपना हाउस नंबर बताते हैं. इफ़ वी आर हैविंग एनी सेक्टर, देन आफ्टरवर्ड सेक्टर कम्स, and then your locality comes. Your locality comes with some sign. फिर आप पिन कोड भी लिखते हो, उसमें कोई लैंडमार्क भी लिखते हो. दैट मेक्स योर एड्रेस complete. Similarly, this quantum number, when we talk quantum number, you can say that it is a set of the 4 numbers. और ये पूरा जो set है, it is the complete address of an electron. आपका कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन है, it is present and we want to say that कि ये इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ present है. तो mentioning these 4 quantum numbers, we can say that these 4 quantum numbers are the complete address of the electron. Means आप ये quantum number देख के आप ये बता सकते हो that this particular electron is present here, over here. Means the probability of its presence is over here. So that is your quantum number, a complete address of your electron. Now in this case, the first one is your principal quantum number. When we talk about the principal quantum number, it is denoted by n. It is very interesting topic. It is denoted by n. Now over here we say that this particular quantum number, it determines the, what it will tell, it determines the main energy shell. In some books it is written as a level also, energy shell or level in which electron is present. Okay, it is your principal quantum number. Now here we say the n can be a whole number. It can be a whole number varying from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. It can be any number over here. Now we are saying that your quantum number, it identifies the shell. It means what? That when we are writing n equal to 1, it is going to say that it is the first shell. N2, second shell. N3, N4, N5 and so on. Okay, in this manner. Now what we did, we gave the name to these shells. इन shells को हम लोगों ने नाम दे दिए. That is your K, L, M, N and then O, P, like this. It keep on. Okay. Now this is about your principal quantum number. Besides these, what all things this principal quantum number tell us? How it is useful for us? Now besides this, we say that it gives us the average distance. It gives average distance of electron from न्यूक्लियस. ये हमें एवरेज डिस्टेंस बताता है फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियस. हाउ? नाउ से सपोज योर इलेक्ट्रॉन इज प्रेजेंट इन द एन shell, in the first shell. First shell is your K. Now let's look it diagrammatically. This is your nucleus. Now first shell is what? Like this. Now n equal to 1, I am writing the K, L, M. This is the first shell. N equal to 1, n equal to 2, second shell, that is L, and then third one is your M over here. Okay, now what we said, that it gives the average distance of electron from the nucleus. Of course, from the nucleus the distance of the first shell will be the nearest, and if you are going to compare it with the third shell distance will be more. So this principal quantum number, what it is saying, that how far the electron is from the nucleus. The second thing which it helps, that is your to determine the energy of electron. Now when we need to find out the energy for an electron, we use the formula En, which we have already done, 2 pi square Me4 divided by n square h square. Okay, now when we are going to have the variable values for the n, your energy will come. For example, if we calculate for the energy of the first shell, हम लोगों ने calculate भी करी थी, that was equal to the -13118, approximately इतनी 11.8 आई थी किलो जूल पर मोल. If you are going to put the n value 2, so its value will come out to be the -327.9 kilojoule per mole. Similarly for the third and so on. Okay, again I am repeating. क्वांटम नंबर्स का मतलब हो गया कंप्लीट एड्रेस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. अब कंप्लीट एड्रेस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन में सबसे पहला आपका आता है प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर. यू डिनोट इट बाय द n. इट डिटरमाइंस द एनर्जी शेल. एनर्जी शेल का मतलब क्या हो गया कि आपका इलेक्ट्रॉन कौन से शेल के अंदर प्रेजेंट है. अगर n की वैल्यू 1 है, इट मीन्स इट इज फर्स्ट शेल. फर्स्ट शेल को हमने डिनोट किया बाय द k. If it is 2, second shell denoted by L. In same manner we have done. Besides this, it also tells us or help us to calculate the distance of electron from nucleus. कि इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूक्लियस से कितनी दूरी पे है. अगर फर्स्ट शेल में होगा तो वो थोड़ा ही दूर है, अगर थर्ड शेल में होगा तो उसका डिस्टेंस जो है वो बढ़ गया. सेकेंड, टू डिटरमाइन द एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी निकालने के लिए वी रिक्वायर दिस फॉर्मूला वेयर यू नो दैट m इज द मास, दिस इज योर इलेक्ट्रॉन, दिस इज योर पाई, ये वैल्यूज कांस्टेंट है, दिस इज योर प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट. n की वैल्यू आप चेंज करोगे, यू विल गेट द ऑन कैलकुलेशन द डिफरेंट एनर्जीज. क्लियर? नाउ कमिंग टू द सेकेंड क्वांटम नंबर. Your second quantum number is the azimuthal quantum number, and this azimuthal quantum number we denote by the L. Now this particular quantum number, it determines the angular, it determines the angular momentum of electron. Okay, it tells us the angular momentum of the electron. Now we are saying that it is denoted by the L, and the value of L, this value of L tells the subshell, yes, sublevel, any word you can use over here, okay, in a given principal energy shell, and its value varies from L can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to N minus 1. Its value varies from this value. Now what informations do it give? It gives the number of subshells. The first information is it gives number of subshells present in प्रिंसिपल शेल. आपका प्रिंसिपल शेल क्या हो गया, जो हमने फर्स्ट में किया था, KLMN. ओके, अब ये हमें ये बताएगा कि प्रिंसिपल शेल के अंदर कितने सबशेल्स हो सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई राइट डाउन द वैल्यू n इक्वल टू 1, n की वैल्यू 1 है, तो L has only one subshell. Say suppose if we say that your n की value is 2, okay, तो L की value can be what? 0 and 1. So it means it can have the 2 subshells. If n value is 3, तो L की value हो गई 0, 1, 2. So we say that it is going to have the 3 subshell and so on. Now we say that for each value of n there is the n possible values for the L. Okay, or you can say that the principal shell is equal to the value of your n over here. Now what other informations which it can provide us, let's see. Over here, now the various subshells for the L. Say suppose the value of L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this we are having. So for the 0 is your what? S, P, D, F, G, H and so on. For example, if I say you that if the value of n is equal to be 1, okay, so L की value will be equal to 0. 0 means it is going to have the 1 subshell, which we write down. Okay, n is equal to 2, so L की value will be 0 and 1, 2 subshell over here. In this manner we write down. Let's look it in a tabular form. N L subshell designation and your number of subshell present in a shell. Okay, now let's look for the n value, n, 2, 3 and 4. If the value of the n is equal to 1, then the value of L will be 0 and your subshell designation will be 1s, so we say that the number of shell is going to be the 1. The value for the 2, it is what? 0 and 1, isn't it? Now for the 0, because it is the second shell, ये second shell है, n की value 2 है, तो I am writing over here 2, और a की 0 है value, तो s हो गया. Over here we have written ना, first है ये, sorry 1 है value, but ये second subshell है तो 2, और 1 की value पे कितना है? p over here, isn't it? Now this 2s and 2p, कितने shells हो गए total? 2. In the case of 3, 0, 1 and 2. थर्ड है तो 3s, 3p, 2 पे कितना आ रहा है? d. 3d, कितने हो गए ये? 3. 4 के केस में 0, 1, 2 and 3. 4 है तो 4s, 4p, 4d, थर्ड पे कितना था? f. 4f, तो 1, 2, 3, 4, तो कितने सब हो गए? 4 it is going to be. In this manner your azimuthal works. Okay, now after this comes your magnetic. Third one is your magnetic quantum number. It is denoted by m. कुछ बुक्स में मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर को दे डिनोट बाय द ml ऑल्सो. ओके, तो डो नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. किसी किसी में इट इज डिनोटेड बाय m, किसी किसी में इट इज डिनोटेड बाय द ml. बेसिकली इट डिस्क्राइब्स द बिहेवियर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इन अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. डिस्क्राइब्स बिहेवियर ऑफ electron in a magnetic field. Okay, now for this particular we say that the quantum numbers gives the number of orbital in a given cell designated by m. We say it that its value depends on the value of L. इसकी वैल्यू L की वैल्यू पे डिपेंड करती है एंड इट वेरीज फ्रॉम प्लस L 0 टू माइनस ऐसे 0 टू माइनस L टू प्लस L. This value depends over here. Now if we say, in other words, you can say the value of m for each value of L, or you can say 2L plus 1 also you can say over here. Okay, let's take an example. If L value is equal to 1, अगर L की value 1 है तो what will happen? M can be -1, 0 or +1 over here. Okay, now -1, 0, +1 it can be. If the L value is 2, तो M की वैल्यू क्या हो सकती है? -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Similarly in the case of the 3 also. Now if you look over here, यहाँ पे 3 values ये दे रहा है. It means 3 subshells can be there. It means it is going to be the P subshell. Now the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 value it is going to give us. So it contains the d orbital, or write on the d subshell only. And similarly in the case of the F, or you can write down like this over here, that is your subshell and number of orbital. So S P D F. अगर आपका S है तो number of orbital will be 1. If your P, the number of orbital will be 3. If your D, the number of orbital will be 5. If F, then we have the 7. The number of orbital is going to have the 7 over here. Got it? This much. Cleared? This much? Ab last your principal quantum number, that is your spin. Fourth one is your spin quantum number. इसको we denote by the S. In some books it is given as the MS also. Okay, so do not get confused. Now this we say कि spin जो है it means what कि electron can spin in a two orientation only, है ना, या तो वो clockwise move करेगा या anti clockwise move करेगा. It is going to move. So over here we say that spin can be of only two ways, that is your clockwise and anti clockwise, and for it we have the two values only, that is your plus minus half. अब या तो वैल्यू प्लस हाफ होगी या फिर वैल्यू गोइंग टू बी द माइनस हाफ ओवर हियर. दोनों में से कोई भी एक वैल्यू भी होगी. क्लियर? विद दिस वी फिनिश द क्वांटम नंबर्स. नाउ आई एम जस्ट समराइजिंग the very first point is what? Then N describes the shell. It means it determines the size of the orbital. Size of the orbital. The second point says your L determines the subshell. It is going to determine the subshell and shape of the orbital. Then your third point says that M designates the orientation. It determines the orientation of the orbital. And the last one, that is your S. S describes the orientation of the spin of the electron. Okay, this information they give us in our data about the electrons. Now after this we have the one thing, or for today we do this much only. Your next principle we will do in the next lecture. We will move on. Now for today your work is going to be just read out this much, your 4 quantum numbers, and maintain the notes for today. Good day all of you.